Okay, why is Godot the best game engine to use in the year of our Lord 2022? So, I wanted to make my own video game. I have zero experience with any other game engines, no experience with Unity, no experience with a real engine, and I downloaded all of them and I tried to make for my first project like a simple 3D platformer, okay? 2D platform, my bad. And it was one fucking experience, man. Unity was too technical. It was too complicated to build shit with it. I mean, I couldn't figure out how to use it, and I'm a pretty technical guy. Like, I created my first project, and initializing that project took like 10 minutes, and then I checked the size of it, and it's like 1.7 gigabytes. I might have fucked up something, but it was still too technical for your newest game dev. A real engine, too heavy, 20 gigabytes is too much. It is simple enough so that I can use it without major difficulties, not as complicated as Unity, but it's too heavy to download, man. 20 gigabytes. I mean, my PC is pretty powerful. I still don't want to download 20 gigabytes. I have poor man internet here. I have 4 megabits worth of internet. And so I was kind of left with Godot. Now, Godot is not more than 70 megabytes. Godot is a really light game engine. And it looks nice. It doesn't look as complicated as Unity. And what I actually like about it is it has a really low barrier of entry. I mean, I've been using it for one day only. And I made, wait, let me close this. And following a tutorial, I made this simple platformer, which works really well. I mean, it's pretty easy to get the gist of it. In one day, I learned how to make cameras move, how to make one-way blocks, how to make animations, interactions, how to make shit jump, how to make shit run. It's a pretty nice game engine. And so it offers all of these functionalities in a really at a really low barrier of entry. So, and the layout is really simple, for example. So you can work in 2D, switch here, you're in 3D mode. Here you can write your scripts for your characters, and even Godot script is pretty simple actually. And I love this thing. I mean, I'm sure it exists in other game engines. It obviously exists in other game engines, but just exporting variables like this and then modifying them in a GUI. So if I go to Steve here, you can see we exported lerp weight x. You can change it here. It also has amazing documentation, which is very easy to access, which I felt like other game engines didn't have, or they didn't advertise it, because here it says search help. It was much easier for me. So I could just click on lerp and it gives me a concise explanation, no bullshit, nothing. What else? Yeah, that's basically it. I also love the concept of scenes. Animations are really fucking easy to make. Yeah, I think that's about it. It makes time-lapse really easy to draw. You just select a trace file. A trace file is basically the file that holds in all of your tiles. You select a trace file. Sorry. Yeah. You select a trace file and then you just start drawing. So if I want to draw solid tiles or if I want to draw one-way tiles, I can just click here and then I get all my tiles, and then I can start drawing with these ones if I want. And then when I actually launch the game, and they make launching the game really easy. Anyway, I launched the game and it exists. So I like that about it. Also another thing, and obviously other game engines do this too, but I just think this is cool. You can somewhere here export. So you can export your app to run on Android, iOS. You can make it run in the browser if you're using. So when you create your project, it prompts you, and you can either choose what's that thing called? OpenGL2 or OpenGL3. OpenGL2 works good with browsers but has shitty quality. Well, it's not shitty, it's relatively shitty. OpenGL3 doesn't work well on browsers, but it has pretty good quality. Anyway, so you might be wondering how it exports games to run on the web on HTML5 and shit. And basically what it does is it creates a WASM file, and then when you play the game, it just loads in that WASM file. You can use Universal Windows Platform, whatever the fuck that is. You can compile to Linux, Mac OS. I mean, hell, you could compile it to run on a pregnancy test if you're dedicated enough. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Also, yeah, I think that's it. I love the nodes thing. Amazing shortcuts, Control+A. They have a bunch of pre-built nodes that work really well. So you can have sprites, you can have other cameras that follow the player. So you can have a camera that is like right in front of the player, just way behind. And then you can actually use features like smoothed. So I'll show you what happens if I remove smoothed. I hope you remember how the game ran before. Look at how it runs now. Now when the camera starts moving, you're gonna notice is once the player stops moving, the camera stops moving. Now if I turn on smoothness, it is, I think, the way the camera moves. Did you see that smoothness, how it slid in? Now look what happens when I start to move. Look at that. After I stop, it also takes a second to stop too. And now when I actually climb on shit and then actually fall down really fast, it takes time to catch up. And so yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like the way the camera moves makes up like a solid 30% of a platformer's gameplay. Anyway, I'll be updating you more if I find any issues with Godot. Godot, some people refer to it as Godot or something. Anyway, amazing game engine, way friendlier than Unity or Unreal Engine. I mean, I guess Unity and Unreal Engine are made for true professionals. Yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching.